Hey Sagittarius, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for December 4th, 2025. This is for Sagittarius. Last shuffle for Sagittarius here. All right, well, the angels are trying to tell you that everything is going to improve. Things are going to get better. But you have transformation and commitment here. There's something about you wanting things to change, but you got to be committed to the change once you start. Once you make your moves, you got to stick to it. Once you get on that horse, you got to ride it. Okay, the transformation with the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups is that for many of you, you're not giving anyone a second chance, second, third, fourth, fifth chance. You are now focusing on, like, look, I gave you chances, but the way I see things is how it is. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I can't continue to give you passes when and not even give myself a chance. You know how we will give everybody a second chance for something, but then we will be telling ourselves off for the same stuff. We treat ourselves almost not everyone does, honestly, but many of us, we treat ourselves worse than we treat the people that do the worst. You know, like you spill something and you're calling yourself all kinds of names. This is the dumbest thing I ever did, and what kind of stupid, blah, 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 blah. But then a person would do some things, you give them a chance, and they'd be doing the worst. And broke your stuff, took your thing, didn't even ask, didn't say thank you, nothing, and you're giving them passes. So with the Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups here, this talks about putting minimal effort towards moving on. They're telling me that minimal effort still effort, though. The universe supports you in every way, and you want to continue to say that the universe supports me in every way. So if I take one step in this direction to move forward, the universe will carry me the rest of the way. They're wanting you to understand that the situation will get better. All right, whatever it is that you're going through, it actually will improve. They do want you to understand that you created a lot of lessons in life, which is a good thing. It doesn't mean that oh gosh, I keep doing stuff that now I got to learn a big lesson from. And they want you to know that that at least the universe, your archangels, your guardian angels, your spirit team, they want you to know that they're aware that things look hard, that things are difficult, right? But they want you to know that it will get better. It's not going to get better overnight, no. But there's a lot of hard work ahead. The first step is to admit what you know. The first step is to be aware. The first step is to take a moment out and to really think about what it is in your life, the decisions that you made, where they led you. Okay. And by that, they want you to know that it's important not to backtrack now. Believe in yourself, believe in your future. Feel love for the future too. Feel love for what is coming up, for what you are wanting and what you have been taking steps to achieve. Things may have seemed better in the past because most of the time, we may only remember the good about what our time was. There's a saying I think it's scriptural that, I'm going to paraphrase the crap out of it, but how we all look back at the past and say, oh, those were the golden years. But in reality, if it was so great, it would not have changed. If it was meant to stay that way, it would stay that way, right? But it wasn't meant to be. I feel like the difficulties slide in the background in your situation when you think about how things used to be, right? But you know what you create is right for you because you did it, right? You know that the decisions you made for yourself were right because you made them. Everything that you have done has created lessons in life. Some of the lessons are positive, some are less than positive, but it's all necessary. Everything you went through was necessary. You got to create with love. You'll find what is right, and you'll find that everything will be all right. Love where you are, love who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. Okay, fear is an illusion. Okay, fear has been taught to us through our parents, through our surroundings. Fear of past lessons coming back up. You know, at this point, the fears that you may be facing are some that are coming from a past life in a sense. And it's important to get yourself together, balance your choices, balance in your lifestyle, balance in your friendships, family, everything, right? Balance in spending, balance in investing. Like you need to do equal amounts of all. Before you do anything at this point in your life, you need to ask yourself, how is this going to help me? Right? Is this going to throw things off, or is it going to put things in balance for me? If I do this, will it make things easier? You'll want to use sapphires, the stone, by wearing them, or the color, to help you to regenerate your body, because you may be harboring a lot of fear, and a lot of times our bodies tell the tale of what we're going through. If you were to have an autopsy, I swear, doctors would be able to tell that you were super stressed. They'd be able to tell that you were grieving. They'd be able to tell, because so many things are restricted in our bodies or not replicating in our bodies due to what our emotional state is, our mental state. It truly does. Regenerating the body would mean that maybe for some of you, harboring fear, um, feeling like the situation won't improve, could cause one to hold on to parts of our body that need to be shed. So when we finally let go and say, okay, you might find that your hair is coming out in spaces like, oh my gosh, this is more hair than usual. And in reality, it's not. It's that the hairs that usually fall out, right? The follicles that usually kind of let go, don't let go because of our emotional and mental state. I feel that it's really important to say to yourself, the universe supports me in every way. I feel that even when it comes to romantic connections, it feels like it's time for you to disconnect from the world. It's also time for you to step back and spend some time alone. Not necessarily to say, I'm never talking to you again, but I need a minute, right? If you've got to retreat to your man cave or your woman cave in order to do so, now's the time to give to yourself. That's what I keep getting off of this, is that someone has been putting a lot of efforts towards forgiving and giving another chance to other people, and actually not giving themselves that chance. King of Swords, Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups, Page of Swords, with a transformation. This is about watching and waiting, sitting back and evaluating what you want versus what you wanted, reevaluating these things, realizing that all things were necessary, that you were a genius back then. You, every choice that we make when it's more attractive to us was meant to be made at the time. Maybe later on, the consequences, the lessons, is something that you go, holy crap, if I had known then what I know now. But then you wouldn't be you. You wouldn't have the intelligence that you have. There's no telling what we'd be doing, kind of thing. You know, commitment with the Four of Pentacles and Lovers tells me that you have to stick to your guns once you make a choice. Once you start on this path, you got to keep going. Your level of self-control is sufficient. You can do this. You can stop doing something and you can start doing something. And you have the self-control necessary to keep it going or to make it happen, right? You can make things right. I feel that there's a possibility of like a new romantic or platonic friendship as well, because I'm seeing angel number 1616. There's a lot of things that's about to be readjusted. Some of you may be giving time to your partner so that you can really solidify a new friendship that's necessary for you. I feel that you're going to run into someone that you would probably rather be spending more time with, if I'm being quite honest. Everything is going to fall into place. I even see X's coming back, and it's not even the retrograde. We're out of it now, but we're in the shadow still. Third house is also being highlighted in this. Third house speaks of communication, of the things that we learn, the way in which we learn, and about self-expression. There's something here where you're needing to focus now on what you want to express, how you express. What do you want to express? You got to take control of your own narrative now. Your story is yours to write and to tell. Back and forth, you have the Moon and the Two of Cups. This is an intention here of one who's saying, I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to be walking away from. I'm not even sure I should walk away. But one thing is for sure with this back and forth, walking away doesn't mean you're walking away forever. The cups still stand. It feels like you are not sure whether or not things will line up for you or things will work out for you, but things will. Either way, you say the universe supports me in every way. Either way, it's going to work out. But what do you really want? Right? If you walk away from something and you start anew, or you decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take the lead, take control of my story. I'm going to focus on whatever decision I'm choosing to make, whatever it is. I'm going to see if it will make things better for me, if I would be happier in this direction. The universe is going to support that in every way. If you say, nah, I think I'll just stay here, even though I'm not fully invested or I'm not fully satisfied in it, so the universe will support that also. The loving woman is the Fool and Ten of Swords. This is a person in your space that, there's such a negative thinker. This is someone who's trying to trap you. But I feel like the trap is weak. It feels like this person is wanting to start over with you. They want a new beginning. They want you to know that the worst is behind you. They're not going to be on their worst behavior anymore. But that's what they're wanting you to understand. But I still feel like this person needs time for those changes to take hold. I'm not even sure that they're making changes. I feel like this person is changing because of the fear that you are going to walk away. Someone is around you going, yeah, now they want to be the best person they could possibly be, because they may fear that you are either going to start giving to someone else, whether it be a platonic friendship, a partnership, or a relationship, romantic relationship. You know this already, though, is what Spirit's saying. You're saying you already know. But you got to take control of your own narrative and what you want. You can't let anyone pull the puppet strings and put a key in your back. You're being prepared. Spirit does want you separate from people, isolated from people, because you are being prepared. You're being given a chance, a reprieve to get your plans together so that you know exactly what you need to do. So I hope this makes sense. You could be dealing with a Gemini, a Cancer, an Aries. Those are the main signs I'm seeing. So you could be dealing with a Gemini Cancer cusp or a Taurus Gemini cusp. Aries Taurus cusp, if you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.